This is Lesson 6, Growing Crystals from the Molecules and Atoms unit. Anytime you're growing crystals, it may or may not work. This is a lesson that certainly takes patience. And just know that you may get varying results. There's a lot of variables at play. And let students know that ahead of time. You may see different results from one group of students to another. And you can use this opportunity to talk about that that's a very authentic experience in science. This will take a few days, so you will want to make sure that you have an area where the students can store their materials, and they should be able to access them over the next few days, have the hand lenses available so that they can really get a chance to make observations through the different stages of this. You will start by demonstrating with copper sulfate the process that the students are going to go through, and then this is a lesson that has a lot of time for them to really get involved hands-on with different materials to grow their own crystals. You're going to start this lesson by reviewing what students have learned about the different states of matter and covering all 5 states of matter. And then you're going to introduce that today we'll be talking about crystals and growing crystals. The first thing you want to do is have students look in their workbooks. They can review in there what processes you will be doing today. There are the different steps that they will need to follow. So this is some good nonfiction reading and a good chance to incorporate the Common Core state standards. There is also a lot of measurement that the students will be doing on their own, and using these tools and being very precise in their measurements also incorporates those math standards as well. You're going to start by demonstrating the process using copper sulfate. You're the only one who will be doing the copper sulfate. The students won't be doing that. They will be using other materials. So you're going to do this, and everything will be labeled for the students ahead of time with the different materials that they're using. We're demonstrating just with the copper sulfate right now. So you're going to show students that they will follow the recipe that's given. They're going to have their solid and their liquid. To incorporate vocabulary, remind the students that the copper sulfate is the solute, the water is the solvent. Then remind them that they need to stir this until everything inside has dissolved. When you're doing crystals, it is best to use very warm water, but not water that is too hot. Although everything will dissolve a little faster if it's very hot, the crystals tend to grow better if you're not using extremely hot water. This takes a little bit of time to make sure that everything is dissolved. And once you've gone through and everything has dissolved, the next thing you'll want to do is to show students how they're going to tie the washer onto the stick. And then they need to put that in so that the washer is in the water, or in the solution, excuse me. And it should be part way down. It shouldn't be all the way at the bottom, but it shouldn't be sticking out either. And that washer is, over the next couple of days, what they're going to see the crystals growing onto. After students have seen this demonstration, then you can start having them get into their groups. You'll want 4 students to a group if possible with your class. Manage that however you need to based on the size of your class. Make sure that everything stays on their tray and that this tray is somewhere where it will be undisturbed over the next couple of days, but that students do have the opportunity to go back and make those observations. Again, you want to use the areas in the student workbook for them to incorporate writing. You can take the opportunity in a few days for them to do some comparing and contrasting writing along with the observations that they're making. It's just a really great opportunity, a fun, exciting thing for them to see, and a great opportunity for them to write about what they're seeing happening in science as well. At the end of this lesson, they do also have packets allowing them to cut out and create models of the different 3-dimensional shapes that the different crystals can form. A good opportunity again to get some of that three-dimensional geometry math standards into your science lesson as well. Thank you.